Hello everyone, and welcome to your second royal reading today here at MadWorldTarot. Of course, we're deep into Harry's trip to the UK, his pseudo royal trip as the media are calling it. Day 2, I have the Shadowland Tarot on the tarot table. We looked at the very big, enormous donation that he has just made, or just announced. Whether he's actually made it, we don't know. See previous reading to BBC Children in Need. Now I'm going to look at a story that came originally from Neil Sean, that is allegedly when we saw Meredith Maines talking to King Charles's press guy, whatever his name is, can't remember, with Liam Maguire, perhaps so coincidentally a few months ago in London. Allegedly there was a handwritten note that was handed over by Meredith Maines. It was handwritten by Harry and it was for Prince William. And in it, Harry suggested that it was time to bury the hatchet, suggested a show of unity between himself and Prince William there on the anniversary of Queen Elizabeth's passing. And of course, this trip to the UK this week has been timed to coincide with the 3rd anniversary of the Queen's death, the WellChild event yesterday on the 3rd anniversary of the Queen's death. Harry, of course, seen very early going to pay his respects at the late Queen's grave in Windsor before the event. According to some speculation, the stunt, the show of unity that he was trying to coerce Prince William into involved possibly some kind of visit to the Queen's grave, and then, we've made our peace, it's all in the past, and now I can go back to some light ruling. That's the story. It is just a story. But something interesting happened at the WellChild event, and that's Harry made some rather caustic comments about siblings to some poor youth, 17-year-old lad who was there in very difficult circumstances. And when Harry heard he had a brother, he said, "Does he drive you mad?" And the young man said, "No, we get on fine." And Harry said, "Oh, well, siblings." And then when he heard that the two brothers actually went to the same school, he said, "Oh, well, that just makes it even more challenging, doesn't it?" Projecting like mad and not listening at all to what this poor young man was trying to say. Very inappropriate, but very much caught up in his own family drama, which is all in his head, of course, his own rivalry with Prince William. So it was interesting timing. So I think it is appropriate with the Shadowland Tarot to have a look at this rumour, this story, that there was a letter suggesting such a stunt. I want to know who was behind this stunt, who came up with this idea. I know who Neil Sean said, but we'll ask the tarot. I want to know how Harry felt when the letter went unanswered, which allegedly it did. No reply from Prince William. The reply was a very public reply. William went to the Women's Institute that the Queen used to go to and took his wife along with him, and they had a lovely time and some very lovely footage from that event commemorating the late Queen in a way that she would really have appreciated, unlike the rather ghoulish stunt that Harry allegedly was trying to force William into. We know who likes those kind of ghoulish stunts, who likes to drape herself over gravestones and trample over military heroes' graves for a photo opportunity. We're going to ask how Harry felt when he found himself alone there in that rather chilling space. Did he feel ashamed? Did he feel lonely? Did he miss his brother? 5-card reading. Lots of chatter, 5-card reading. We have to remind you, it's tarot for fun and entertainment. It is all my opinion and all speculation, and I just read energy here. And disclaimer in the box below. The letter allegedly written to Prince William suggesting a unity stunt. I wonder who was behind it. How did Harry feel when no one answered it? How did he feel when he was all alone there with his thoughts on the day? Ace of Swords in reverse. That's an interesting card because upright, it's a declaration, it's a pronouncement. Here is a clever idea. Here is a big thought. Hear ye, hear ye. It's in reverse, so secret. A secret letter, handwritten, passed through various people because he doesn't have direct access to anyone in the royal family now, allegedly. I suspect Princess Eugenie too has shut down access at this point, but she's got nothing to do with this. There is the letter that was written, the secret letter, allegedly written. Sword in reverse, secret, also not truthful. Not necessarily what you see is what you get. When it's upright, it's a sword of justice. It cuts through lies, it cuts through treachery, it burns through with the heat of truth. It's in reverse. So there's an agenda. It's there, but it's there for some rather unsavory reason, in my opinion. Ulterior motive, I would say, with that. Ace of Swords in reverse. It's new energy. It's fresh start. Let's turn over a new leaf, but really for my own personal purposes. So let's see what's going on. Heart of this reading. What are we dealing with? Oh, we're dealing with the Knight of Swords in reverse. Quite similar energy. The Knight of Swords is sharp-witted and quick to action. Normally would fight for justice. Normally, for me, swoops in to rescue a situation. Always got a plan. Always knows what they're doing. Very intelligent, very shrewd, very strategic. Is in reverse. So again, I'm getting the idea of princes. Knights are princes. This is a prince with an agenda, who's got something up their sleeve, something that they're not telling the full story around. I'm guessing, and this is my speculation, this is absolutely my personal opinion, little scenario that has appeared for me energetically. I'm guessing that it was, we can go privately, no one will know we're there, and we can release an announcement afterwards that this is what we did. And I'm guessing it would be a bit like that alleged shopping trip that Meghan wanted Catherine to take her on. And then, oops, there's a backward photographer. Who would have thought? Who would ever have thought that such a thing could happen? Knight of Swords in reverse. That's how it's reading for me. That's that kind of energy. I'm just getting a stunt. I'm getting even, and I'm going to say it, this is my opinion, my energy reading and my speculation, trickery and sabotage in this energy. So was there a letter? Really, was there a letter handed over? I've already got a letter here with the Ace of Swords. So let's just see, let's just dial into the energy of the letter, the suggested show of unity. Let's have a look at that. What do we get? We get the Nine of Cups, and it's in reverse. Very emotional Nine of Cups. The wish fulfillment card, dreams coming true kind of a card. It's reading for me as manipulation. That wouldn't it be wonderful if we could reconcile? If this would be my dream. This is what I'm hoping for. This is what I would love. That's how it's reading. It's cups, so it's emotion, but cups in reverse, manipulating emotions. It's wanting something, wanting to achieve some goal. It's wanting a wish to manifest, to come true. But again, it's in reverse. So what is being said on the page is not necessarily what is intended. That's how I'm reading this energy. Again, my opinion. Whose clever idea was this? Allegedly, there was a plan. Allegedly, this happened. So in that context of this is really all allegedly, who might have cooked up such a scheme? And there we have the answer. The one who was mentioned by Neil Sean in his YouTube video. There it is, strength card. And again, it's in reverse strength as Leo, and we know who is Leo, and we know who shows up as a strength card very, very often in these readings. And Madame in Montecito. And, well, there she is in her... How funny that there is that foot. One in a little red boot, and the other dainty little boot. And then that hoof that is showing the other foot. And if you can stomach the sight, if you get a glimpse of Madame's feet, you can see that one of those Morton toes has been corrected, the other one has not, for whatever reason. I do not know, but I do suspect it's this very same feet. Isn't tarot quite remarkable? I'm all shook, I tell you. Anyway, that is according to the cards, and that is all allegedly. Let's move on. How did Harry feel when his handwritten letter, and I can imagine that it was traced out for him and he had to just follow the writing with his crayons. How did he feel when there was no reply? Was he bereft? Yes, he was bereft. There he is. He's shown up in his major arcana. He's the first upright one. How interesting. All these cards so far in reverse, which tells me there is something sus going on. They're showing up in their shadow energy. Don't trust them. Not me. Not as a tarot reader. Not as an energy reader. I don't trust them. There's the has-been. Gullible's Travels. 9, the Hermit, major arcana for Harry, the Virgo, whose birthday it is in just a few short days. All alone in the world. And we've had quite a few articles in the last few weeks about how lonely he is in California and how he misses his friends and he misses his old life in England. And he'd love to spend more time in England, even if he has to buy his way into a charity like BBC Children in Need, with millions. There he is, the poor, sad sack, a ghost in his own life. How did he feel when he went to pay his respects in that, I should imagine, crypt? It's a bit of a harsh word, but I think that's what it is. How did he feel? Oh, missing Big Brother. There's the Chariot, that's William. Also in Major Arcana, Prince William, let me say rather. That's the Cancerian Major Arcana, that's Prince William. No, Prince William didn't show up. And you know, I have a pathetic image of him sitting there all on his own, some lonesome, waiting, hoping that he would hear footsteps. Not ghostly footsteps, although I hope he heard some ghostly footsteps. I truly do. Ghostly footsteps, no actual footsteps, brother's footsteps. There were no footsteps. No one showed up. No brother. Had to go and make caustic comments about brothers to poor, innocent young people who didn't deserve to find themselves in the middle of this all. But there it was. That is your reading. Thank you for watching. I'll see you again tomorrow.